Okay, time to get back to the Garden of Moore here. And there's some things I want to talk about. So this is where we're at so far. Got everything glued down, and I filled it all in with spackle. Take a good look at this stuff here. I don't know if you can tell. It's probably just all white on the camera, but there's a very nice texture to that, and that's because of the very unusual way this was done. So, first of all, when I got into my bucket of spackle, it's water-based, so I would add water to it to keep it moist. It unfortunately started growing mold, so I had to get some new spackle. And what I got was this stuff. This stuff from the dollar store. So this little thing cost me $1. And it's a lightweight spackle, and it's not kidding when it says lightweight. This stuff, I think the container weighs way more than the product inside, which is the opposite of the other stuff. So I was kind of looking into it. This is a acrylic and glass bead product, according to the ingredients. Soda lime, borosilicate glass, acrylic polymer, and propylene glycol. So this isn't a whole lot different than your acrylic caulk, really. Whereas the other stuff is most likely a vinyl product. Normal spackle, from what I said, is normal spackle is a vinyl-based product instead of acrylic. So that's a lot heavier. Takes a little longer to dry. But this stuff is really, really lightweight. I mean, just it's almost like fluff. It's way, even like whipped cream is way heavier, way denser than the stuff. So I put it around the edges, no problem. But then I started trying to do it in the middle, and I started having a hard problem because I couldn't get it to not stick to the tools while I was spreading it out. So I was getting really frustrated with it. And so I ended up, you know, I wet my finger trying to spread it out, and it was kind of turned into like a runny, almost like a plaster. So I saw it doing that when I got my finger wet trying to spread it out. I was like, wait a minute, let's see if that works out. So what I did was I actually mixed this stuff with a lot of water, and it turned into almost like a plaster-like substance. And I literally poured it around the buildings. So, and the result is this, and it looks almost perfectly like snow. It just needs some little reflective bits, but it's got some, it's not perfectly flat. Well, that of course might also be from the stuff that's underneath it, but I'm sure adding some sparkly bits like my white sand that I have would probably make that the perfect snow. So that's what I did. I just literally mixed it with a bunch of water, poured it in it, and it filled up all the areas between the pieces, and it's perfect. So it's going to have to get a couple layers of PVA glue over to seal it up, and it will be fine. And for the statue, see, I did cut off the angel statue here. And so what we got from, so I went to the gaming store that this belongs to, and I was going, well, do you have a Space Marine or something? And they came up with, out of their bits, one of these guys, the captain from Blackreach, which couldn't be more perfect. Sit up here, something like that. It's going to be absolutely perfect. So these guys can be painted bronze with the verdigris, and everything else is just basically going to get a dry brush gray. Again, I don't want to put a whole lot of effort into it. I'm going to put a whole lot of detail into the painting because I just wanted to go fast. So it's just going to be dry brushed really quick. So yeah, pretty darn happy with how it's coming out. So I just need to make a piece of plastic go cover up the base here because there's a hole from the molding. Probably be done like these bricks down here. And then assemble them Space Marine. Get that painted separately. Get this stuff sealed up. Get all the spackling sealed up. And I think we'll be good to go. So just a real quick update on this guy. Put in a bit of work. As I said, it was quite frustrating trying to get the spackle to around the buildings, but the solution just came out perfect. I couldn't be happier with it. And so probably the next video on this thing will be when it's all done. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, just going to make a quick finish up to this. So I did finish up the terrain piece. Again, I said I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, and I didn't. I just gave it a few quick dry brushes with dark gray, light gray, and then I added some brown between the buildings and some green to the plants. I did finish up this guy. This guy was kind of cool, though. Really easy to do. I used, instead of an actual brass color, I used Balthasar Gold. So I painted Balthasar Gold, washed it with black, dry brushed it up with the gold, and then some chainmail or Stormhost Silver. And then for the verdigris, I used this old Hawk Turquoise I have instead of the actual verdigris color GW makes, because they're pretty much identical, except I have that. Just watered it down and put it in all the gaps and stuff, so turned out pretty sweet. It stands out a little bit from the darkness of the rest of the piece, but I don't expect this to last a whole lot of time at a local steam store. These little bits really are pretty fragile on the tops of these buildings, so I expect a lot of these pokey bits to be broken off here before long, because we all know how terrain gets treated at the gaming stores. Not very well by most people. So yeah, that's it. I'm just going to go ahead and take this over to the store tomorrow night, and thanks for watching.